Why do wrestling fans not care about pre-recorded shows in 2025? And before you ask, I already know you're going to be like, Hayden, where are you? I'm on vacation. We're in Turks and Caicos, but we still got uploads coming every single day this week. Really fun video coming out on the channel tomorrow. But for today's video, we're talking about why fans don't care about pre-recorded shows in 2025. And the reason this comes up is because we have 3 of them this month for WWE. We have like 2 of them for AEW with the holiday season coming up. And I'm not mad at the fact that we have pre-recorded shows. I understand we want the superstars to be home with their families or whatnot. But one thing I will say is it kind of takes away from the product for a couple of weeks to a month because fans simply just don't care about these pre-recorded shows. The age we live in social media, everybody kind of already knows what the hell's going on, by the time the show happens live in the arena, because people are going to want to post it immediately as soon as they can. You're like, oh my God, I have to post this happened. And it's like, bro, like you could have let us see it on TV, then post about it. Whenever I'm at a show that was pre-recorded, like NXT Gold Rush, for example, a couple weeks back, that just happened to me because it was a really big profile event in MSG for NXT, and they're not going to sell out back-to-back weeks just because the demand for it isn't that high, and that's a lot of money to spend at MSG, so they did back-to-back weeks. And what I did was I posted everything from the second week when it happened on TV. And I feel like a lot of people don't want to do that. I feel like a lot of people just want to get it all out there, throw the spoilers out there, get the clicks, get the views, and I think it kind of takes away from these events because you have moments like Carmelo Hayes winning the United States Championship this Friday, which I'm sorry if I spoiled that for you, but he won the title. If you didn't know, I'm really shocked about it. And I feel like that takes away from the moment because it's like it's pre-recorded and everybody's talking about it. Now, that being said, Melo is loved, and I feel like this is a moment that's been waiting to happen for so long now, to a point where it's like, you know what? Fans are going to be really happy about this. I don't think it'll take too much away. I think Carmelo Hayes will still be super over with it, and people are going to be happy about it regardless. And I want to talk about other shows because now, while you might have a good SmackDown with Carmelo Hayes at the end winning the United States Championship, last year's 4th of July SmackDown was genuinely the worst episode of SmackDown I've seen in my entire life. I've never seen an episode so just lackluster. I don't care what we're getting on the show. It's just like blah. And I live stream and react to a live WWE programming. I do Monday Night Raw and SmackDown almost every single week. I've taken a little bit of a break the past couple weeks just because I've been really busy with this upload streak and I haven't been not home, so I can't really be live. I'm not home for it. And one thing I want to say is that was the first time ever when I did watch-alongs. I still do them. I'm going to continue them in 2026. That I legitimately stopped myself before the show ended. I never do that. I never get off before the show ends. Even when SmackDown is 3 hours, it is boring, I will stay there the whole time because I love wrestling. I usually don't get bored like that. But that was one of the shows I was like, damn, I just don't care. And I might put it on the screen. I might not. I don't really know how editing here is going to be. But I remember we had like a tag match. It was like Jacob and Solo taking on, someone like Jimmy Uso and not Sami Zayn, but someone on the baby faces on SmackDown, maybe Damian Priest for all I know. And it was just like, bro, we could get so much better than this. WWE knows that. And with AEW, they do it as well, but I feel like AEW takes a little bit more risks. I feel like, MJF came back on a pre-recorded show and they kind of kept it closed doors, which I don't know how they do that in this day and age. I respect the fuck out of it because I feel like when you're able to do that for wrestling shows, it makes it so much exciting. It makes it like, damn, I stayed up to wait to watch AEW and it was actually a really good show, bro. MJF is back. He's a big part of the championship match coming up at AEW's World's End, and the entire build-up to that show is based off pre-recorded shows. I mean, they were overseas for it, so that's technically pre-recorded, but it's in the same day. This week's AEW shows were pre-recorded Saturday and Sunday at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York, and I wish I could have gone, but tickets were a little too high, and I had to work, so couldn't really make that out. But the shows look pretty good from what I've seen. I had a couple of friends go there, and they seem to have a really fun time. The venue looks really cool. If they ever do go back, well, they will go back. I'll go back to the next show, but I think that's going to be some really good TV this week. And to build it up to a pay-per-view, I think AEW has the right facets and just capabilities to do so. With WWE, sometimes the build to Survivor Series, I believe, was pre-recorded, and it just felt flat. That being said, you didn't really need to do a crazy build-up. I mean, everyone kind of knew War Games is War Games. You built it up on the Monday Night Raw at MSG. Everybody knew what was going to happen, but it just felt like you could have done a little more, It was like, bro, we have the pay-per-view tomorrow, and the SmackDown, there was a skip. The past couple weeks of Raw and SmackDown, I kept my eye open for it, but I can't tell you I was locked in the entire episode watching it live, making sure I knew everything, because I already knew what the fuck happened. And I feel like WWE can do a better job of trying to limit this, where it'd be like, hey, don't let people feel like, I don't want to say don't let people post it because that's the wrong way, but like, there's gotta be some way you can find a way to make these shows entertaining, even if people do post it. Like, the matches can be bangers, bro. If you gave banger matches and let the audience be happy, it'd be one thing if we already knew the results or whatnot, but when the match is just like, barely house show level, barely I don't care, has, random tag teams thrown together like Ilya and Mello taking on DIY just for fuck's sake, it doesn't mean anything. It's just like, oh, well, we could have done anything else, but here we go. Here's a tag match. Now, that being said, Mello and Ilya are a really good tag team, really good opponents, so they made it work, but 9 times out of 10, we just do this random, let's throw a tag match together. Like, 4th of July, like I said, Jacob and Solo were part of a tag team. Why? I don't fucking know. I know the Usos, I believe, are in a tag match on Raw. I think they faced the New Day. That might have been last week. I'm not 100% sure. I know tonight's Raw has Punk and Mysterio taking on The Vision, which, sure, I'll probably watch into that match because that sounds pretty cool. I think Logan Paul will be on Raw. Gunther's back, I saw, which was stupid because he hasn't left. He's been there every week, especially since he retired John Cena. But to say he's back on Twitter is kind of nuts, to be honest with you. But it's what they do. It's how they hype up their product. I get it. But I just don't care enough to be like, damn, I have to watch this show. I'm on vacation. And it's like, on previous years, it'd be like, all right. I remember one time I was on vacation. It was during Money in the Bank 2021. John Cena returned. And I made sure I was watching that entire pay-per-view on vacation. Clash of the Castle, the original, 2022. I was at a water park. And I made sure to have my phone on me so I could see Roman Reigns take on Drew McIntyre. Now it's like, bro, I can skip it. I mean, Mommy's wrestling. That's cool. Bailey's wrestling. Y'all know I love Bailey. So that one's like, all right, fine. I'm going to watch that. But like, I don't need to care for the match. I've seen Bailey and Roxanne a bunch. Okay, that one's different. But Rhea versus Asuka. We've already seen that match done together a bunch of times. And if it wasn't for my interest in the talents alone, I wouldn't have cared for this show at all. And it's not a knock on the talents, again, because I feel like they're all class talents. They always put their best effort forward to put on really good matches, really good stories. But on pre-recorded shows, WWE just goes, we'll phone it in. People are going to watch anyway because we're the WWE, so let's go for it. And I just wish sometimes they put a little more effort in. And this isn't a video of me being, oh my God, WWE sucks. I love WWE. I love AEW. I love wrestling. And I'm never going to go out here trashing companies just for the sake of it. If there's something I don't like, and this is one of those things, I'm going to talk about it. And I just hope with the future of pre-recorded shows, 2026, I know we'll have a couple of them. Now, I'm not talking about a show that's like taped like 3 hours early. I'm talking about a show that's taped like a week early. We have shows like that. I just hope, knowing that you won't have that element of surprise that, helps carry the current wrestling show from week to week, episode to episode, you put a little more effort in the quality of it. Like, those matches can be a lot better than they actually are. We could get a 4 to 5 star match on a random episode of SmackDown that's pre-recorded and be like, you know what? Even if you already know what's going to happen, even if you already saw the leak and the spoiler, we're going to do a great match. We're going to have this, so you have to tune in. You got to make sure you watch Rhea Ripley versus, I don't know, Kairi Sane. I feel like that's a match that's just out there, could really be a banger, and everyone knows it'll be a banger. Like, I'm not on Asuka and Rhea, but we've done that match. Done it once, done it before. It happened already. There's nothing too exciting about that besides, again, just being those two talents on the screen. Now, I want to know what you guys have to think in the comments, because this is something I've been thinking about today through a lot of travel, and I'm already very delusional because I haven't slept all night. I've been editing videos, working on it. So again, let me know if I sound crazy, if I'm just talking out my ass, but I don't know. I think that's why fans don't care about it, just because, again, there's no element of surprise. You already know what's going to fucking happen. How can WWE make it so people care more about pre-recorded shows in the modern era, especially when you kind of do it more to be more caring to your roster, to make sure everyone's happy and home for holidays, birthdays, or whatnot, and gets their rest? How do we make this more enjoyable for the fans? Let me know down below in the comments. If you haven't already, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. I'm Aiden. I'm out. I'm on vacation. Please enjoy the rest of the videos coming up. This week, I'm going to be posting some TikToks and Instagram Reels to hopefully get some ideas out there. So make sure you reply to those. Like I said, I'm Aiden, and I'm out.